What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm saying hello again from the beautiful city of Vienna, and now we are going into the more wintry, coldish season. Now they're putting up all the Christmas markets. Everything is, now smelling like glühwein, like hot wine and chocolate and all that. But even though it is absolutely true, everything they say about Vienna is nice and it's romantic, it's clean, the architecture, the education of people are polite. It's just, it's a city that easily anyone can fall in love with. But I have to be fair, there is a point of view that is a little bit superficial, and now that I've been here for 3 years, I can talk a little bit more because I've explored Vienna a little bit more in the local side, and I have a couple things to say. And careful, don't get me wrong, Vienna is an amazing city, gorgeous city, clean city, but it's not perfect. No, you come to Vienna as a tourist for a couple of days, and of course, you get impressed by these buildings and the opera house and the beautiful architecture and people. I mean, society seems to be neat and nice and educated and polite. But is it really the way it is locally? Okay, this is way too much for the introduction. Let's go with the video. These are 10 things nobody tells you about Vienna. Let's go. Of course, the line for the Sachertorte. Guys, there are way more places where you can get the same cake. Lining up for a chocolate cake. Well. Let's start with this. Number one is, don't confuse politeness with friendship or politeness with closeness. People here in Vienna, they are very educated, the etiquette, they are very stylish somehow, their gestures, the way they communicate, the way they talk to you, it might look like, oh, they are so nice, they are so cute, they are talking to you very nicely, but don't confuse that with, hey, we are friends. No, that's gonna take time. So they are polite but distant, if I can say it in one way. And also to say it with different words, don't confuse people smiling at you in the street with, yeah, let's be friends, now we are besties, now talk to me informally. No, here, even in language, because of German, they still have the distinction between like you formal, you informal. So people smiling, people being polite and educated doesn't mean we are friends and now we are close to each other. No, they're still distant. And sometimes for foreigners, that's a little bit puzzling. That's a little bit confusing. That person was nice to me and I thought we were friends, but no, you are not. And in the same topic about, relationships, I told you before, making friends here in Vienna and with Viennese people, Austrian people, is gonna take some time. And as I always say to my foreign friends, or the people who are coming to anywhere for the first time, it's not about Vienna, like anywhere for the first time, you are the new one here, you have to open up. Call it, I don't know, going to a bar and joining a group, like the language exchange groups, just go around, join the gym, make friends. If you need Tinder or Bumble or any of those dating apps, yes, whatever it takes that helps you to check the city around, to start like giving you beginner steps into the city and meeting people. Yeah, why not? Just do it. By the way, sometimes it's hard to go to the opera house for the first time. This is another option. This one is the Ronacher Theater. I came here for the very first time to watch a play. Amazing. And it's a gorgeous place. To summarize point number one, don't confuse people being polite with people being close to you. They are distant still, and it takes time to make friends. But that one is easy. I guess it happens anywhere. Number two, people have some sarcasm. People here in Austria, they have a very dark humor, if I would say, and sometimes the way for them to kind of break the ice with you, a couple of jokes that for you might be like, holy, like, did he just say that? But they don't mean it in a bad way. Sometimes they just have that dark humor, sarcasm, that it can be a little bit sensitive for many of us, but I'm telling you right now, they don't do it in a bad way. It's the way they interact, and even in German language, they are very direct. It's like us in Spanish, we are way more, oh, I'm sorry, oh, let me tell you something. We kind of apologize about everything. We kind of ask for permission before saying anything or doing anything. In German, they just do it, they just say it. Well, now point number three has to do with weather. I don't know if you noticed that even now it's getting dark already and it's only 4 p.m. Damn. Yeah, like, I don't know you, but people like me, my mood kind of matches the weather. And even though I love coldish weather, I also miss the sun, to feel the energy, Sunday mornings, to feel energetic, productive, you know what I mean. But now look at this. It's like gray. Maybe you cannot see how dark it is. Well, the lights are already on. Look at that, lights are on. It's only 4 p.m. And sometimes it's depressing. So actually the point of this, which I think is point number 30, is weather. Winter is long, is gray, a little bit melancholic, a little bit depressing. Yeah. So this is a fair point to discuss when you're coming for the first time, or if you are considering Vienna or Central Europe as your destination. These countries are not well known for summer. These countries have, long winters. Their main sport are winter sports, skiing and snowboarding. So keep that in mind whenever if you prioritize weather over other things. If weather is so important and you need the sun 24/7, think about it. Now, if you haven't experienced winter for the first time in your life, maybe you haven't traveled to North America or Europe, any reason you have, and people might say like, but isn't it beautiful? Yes, it is beautiful. It is gorgeous. Winter and experiencing the seasons that right now we're still in autumn, let's say, it's gorgeous. So when the snow comes, it's soft and nice and it looks like the movies, Christmas. Then January is like a fridge, let me tell you. Then February, you don't want it anymore. Then March is like, there is a time where everything is just frozen. There is no nice, soft snow anymore. And everything is muddy and cold and icy and slippery. Let me tell you, sometimes it gets depressing. And my dears, point number 4 is Sundays. Sundays are just mysterious. Sundays are just one of those days that is like, we don't know what's going on. Sometimes they are confusing. I have mentioned to you in a couple of videos before that, Vienna, as any other, I think, Central European country, I lived in Germany, it's kind of the same. In Poland, it's kind of the same. Sundays are death. Everything is closed. No, all the shops are closed. Most of the supermarkets are closed. And sometimes that could be a kind of cultural shock for some people. Not just us from Latin America, where things can be open like almost 24/7. But even in Spain, my sister lives in Spain. I also lived in Spain. And shops, supermarkets are open until 10. And there are even some restaurants even later. But here in Vienna, a Sunday is death. Saturday, things close, like supermarkets, they close at 6. During the week, 7, 8, everything is kind of shut down. But Sunday, the main point is Sunday. Sundays are just dead. But there is something a little bit more special about Sunday. But more than that is the mysterious silence you might experience on Sundays. It's a silence that is just overwhelming, that is so silent, that is loud. You know what I mean? When something is too silent that you can even hear your heartbeat. You can be walking districts in Vienna, random districts, and you hear your footsteps like on the ground. That sometimes a little bit psycho. So there is, I don't know, Sundays, don't go out. Just don't go out. No, I'm joking. I love to go out on Sundays. It's beautiful to have coffee, just to stroll around the city. But you will experience some silence, which somehow pushes you to be silent as well. If you are one of those people who like to, play loud music, or if you're planning to have a house party on Sunday, you are going to have a visit from the police. your neighbors instantly, no matter how much they love you, they will call the police. Sundays are dead, silent. That's it. Next point, which I think is the sixth point. I'm sorry. I'm a very bad blogger. I'm sorry. This point has to do with the city itself. The city is clean every time. Like, the city is clean. Like, you would experience in other cities like garbage around or accumulation of, boxes, packages, garbage bins in corners. I've never seen that here in Vienna. Careful, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. For sure it happens. For sure it happens. But you don't see it. You don't see it. And then there is a mystery. Where are the collectors or these people cleaning the streets? Basically, the only thing that I've experienced are the trucks, the garbage trucks that they pick up the garbage because they're loud. They're always loud. So you kind of identify those a couple times a week. And yeah, but the streets, and even though I haven't seen a system more than the little car that passes and kind of swipes the streets, I do not have another reason of why is the city so clean or what is the system. However, I have a theory that, look, if you live in Vienna or if you've been in Vienna, let me know if you agree with what I'm about to say. I don't know how to show you or where to walk because it's the same. It's the same. Wherever you look, streets are just clean. Everything is clean. So I came out with the conclusion of maybe it's not that they have a car passing by, every now and then, because garbage accumulates. Well, people seem to be clean and educated with, recycling. That's one thing. People here recycle a lot. And people might be not dirty, throwing, littering the streets and stuff like that. But also I think there are a lot of trash collectors in random hours walking around the city kind of constantly, and the city is almost permanently clean. So anyway, this is only my theory. If you have a different, hypothesis, theory, let me know. Maybe you're right. I don't know. But you see, it's like a mystery. I don't know. Well, let me tell you that this was not on my list, but this is another thing nobody tells you about Vienna. Vienna has a lot of secret little places around. Look, I was walking and I don't know what is this. Probably this is like a museum thing. Oh yeah, it's a museum thingy. And it's around, look, it's a beautiful place, huge. Yeah. Like sometimes people are looking for locations, for pictures, for recording videos. There you go. Next point, which I think is sixth, probably, people here in Vienna, they are obsessed with titles. Yeah, titles like doctor, magister, or master, or I don't know what else. Literally, whatever profession you have, like any title of your professional degree or your status in society, you have to mention it. And even here, maybe this is a bad example, but in the residences, in the mailboxes, it doesn't say Mr. whatever or Miss whatever, no. It says Doctor whatever, Professor whatever, you know what I mean? Next point, which I think is number 7, and now we are in the center, so this point just comes clutch. And this one has to do with architecture. I don't know if you are like me, that I really pay attention to architecture. I'm very drawn into, looks. But that's the mistake. Here, it might happen like many times that things are not really what they look like from the outside, at least. Sometimes you see these beautiful, beautiful buildings from the outside. They look gorgeous, kind of oldish. And inside, it's a box of surprises. Either they are crappy and they are almost like falling down into pieces, or they are way more modern than what you might think. And both scenarios are kind of tricky. Let me explain. Let me put it into a context. You are looking for an apartment, right? And from the outside, you see what is called an eyebrow building, meaning the buildings that have the ceiling very high and they are more luxurious and oldish. And some of them from the outside, they kind of look like they are like oldish, and sometimes in the insides, they look amazing. But then you go inside and it's extremely modern. You know what I mean? So somehow that would be a little bit disappointing because you're looking for something that is oldish, and from the outside it looks oldish, and then you go inside and it looks like an Airbnb. You know what I mean? That is kind of this modern type of, it looks like an Airbnb. That's kind of disappointing. Now, similar to this are the buildings that are they look kind of oldish or kind of okay or super nice from the outside, but in the inside they are freaking old, but not like good old like you have to paint the walls, there is mold everywhere, or it's about to fall down. So sometimes here, like, you see all these buildings and you never know what's gonna be inside. You just never know. By the way, this is the astronomical clock here in Vienna. And yes, people come here to see the clock moving, and it's gorgeous and amazing. You can see like the Virgin Mary there, Joseph, and moving. Like, they're like little biblical figures. Unfortunately, I don't have the time here to see it moving, so we keep going. Okay, next point, which I don't know what number it is. This is something you have to get used to when you are living in Vienna and many other countries in Central Europe. Come here. People will judge you. Yep, people will judge you. But they will judge you in a way that is kind of polite, that you it's not something direct, but you feel it. Even me, recording with the camera, just walking around with this gimbal and my cell phone recording, people look at you with a face of, what are you doing? But nobody tells you anything. But that's not the funny part, because you feel it. And for example, me, I've been now 12, 13 years in Europe. In many places this happens. People kind of judge you when you don't fit for any reason. Call it your name, call it the color of your skin, call it the way you dress, call it you just look foreigner, call it you don't speak the language, call it whatever. I mean, you are going to be an outsider somehow, not in a bad way. You are just foreigner. You are not a local, and people see it. But people show you that they see it. People show you, they look at you like, yeah, I know you are not from here. But again, that's not the funny issue. The funny issue is, careful with the cars, motorbike. The funny issue is, then, once you become local, once you start blending with society, you start judging others yourself. Oh no, I won't. Yes, you will. You will. Everyone, all of us, we start judging. That's it. And let me tell you something that is somehow silly, embarrassing, but I have to admit that happens to me all the time. I'm not from here. I'm Colombian, okay? And the funny thing is, like, now that I've lived in Europe for so long, I feel that when I see groups of people who are foreigners, I judge them. Like, I'm like, oh my God, this is our city. Oh my, it's so full. Oh my God, it's full of tourists. I hate to go to this bar that is full of these foreigners. I don't like to go to the center. Like right now, I'm avoiding going to the center because there are a lot of tourists and foreigners. Well, I am one. You see, I'm judging. But that is something that I really want to change, because I don't want to get used to that, because I'm a foreigner. I cannot forget what it feels like to go to a country for the very first time when you know nothing about nothing. You know nothing about anything. Like, you don't know how anything works. And sometimes when you are here, like now me, that I feel like, oh, I'm kind of half European, I judge them. And I'm like, oh, what are they so slow when they are buying a ticket from the bus? What are they so slow? Oh, look, of course, the foreigners, they are always all together. Now I cannot go to the church, the main cathedral, because it's full of foreigners. So the point is, people judge you, and at some point, as part of blending into a society, you are going to start judging as well. But be conscious about it. We don't want to be pedant, arrogant to our fellow foreigners. Be kind to them. Remember when you came to these countries for the first time. It's not easy. It's not easy. Exactly right now that I'm passing by the stores, the expensive stores, and now I'm going towards the main center. I was not thinking about saying this one, but well, now we are here. Why not to mention it? Look, if you come here, please save money. Save money, because also going shopping can go extravagant, like literally extravagant. Your salary can just disappear in a second. Literally, in a second, your salary can just, gone. And now that I'm surrounded by all these expensive stores, the luxury, you smell the money, I'm like, Daniel, leave. You're poor. Keep moving. Keep moving. Okay, yeah, it's nice. It looks cute. The Christmassy thing, but oh no, so much people. Let's take a detour. Let's go somewhere else. Ooh, okay, it's way better around here. Like, literally, I have in my ear, like, beep. We have one more topic to mention, to talk about, but for this one, we need a cup of coffee. Let's go. Yes, that is right. We need coffee for the next and probably last point of this video. And maybe your experience, vloggers, travelers, but this one was a new one for me. Kan jag bitte ha eine Cappuccino zu mir nehmen? Ja, danke schön. Schönen Abend. Entschuldigung. Alles gut. Bitte. So it's not a lie that, it's very common to see this spot right here full of people because it's very romantic. Yeah, it's a nice view, the Opera House. The place here, this is the Albertina. It belongs to the Albertina Museum right here. And also this spot right here, this spot. This is from a movie as well, that many couples come here to have a picture or for proposals, guys proposing the girl, because this is the most romantic spot from the movie Before the Sunrise, if I'm not wrong, with Ethan Hawke, like 1995. Beautiful movie, and it was something around here, so yeah, very cool. So the situation with the coffee, Vienna is a place that has the coffee house culture, meaning it's not even about the quality of the coffee. I mentioned this in a couple of videos, previously. It's not about the quality of coffee. They have the culture of the coffee house, meaning for meetings, to meeting up people, for hanging around, working in your computer, just time to yourself. You go to a coffee place, and these places, regardless the coffee, they are just nice. These places are beautiful. They are stunning. There are very, very beautiful cafes all around Vienna, and that's part of the culture. The coffee house. The coffee house, very mainstream, regular coffee, but the places are gorgeous. Kind of majestic, kind of, you feel the royalty, the oldish vibe. They are gorgeous. It's the coffee house culture. But that's not the thing I want to mention. The funny thing nobody prepared me for, nobody talked to me about, is that here they have reserved spots for regular customers. Like there are regulars, meaning there are guys, like probably, I assume it's older guys and older women who have been coming, who have come to this particular cafe since ages, ages. So they kind of earned a title, they kind of earned a spot in the place. And I've been in a couple of cafes where you're about to take a table, certain time in the morning, and they tell you, no, this is reserved for a specific person. And I've been in cafes like hours working, nobody takes that seat. And then randomly, there is an old man coming with the newspaper, sitting down. Sometimes it looks the guy also lives upstairs in the building. So this is like, wow, you can, if I go to a cafe long enough, probably I'm gonna earn one spot. So this is like, these cafes or restaurants maybe, no, but probably it's more like cafes, they have regular customers. And I'm not saying regular like every day, no, regulars meaning, for 3 decades. For the last 40 years, this guy has been coming to this restaurant, so he earned a spot. This chair is his. So yeah, the thing about the coffee and the coffee places, it was fun. And the second anecdote that I have about that is like, I was having a coffee in one place, and there was this lady who came. She was an elder lady, and she was kind of upset to the waiter because she didn't get the table that she wanted. But then I learned that it's not that she wanted a particular table, because there was nothing special about that table. It was just her spot. It's been her spot for the last 40 years, and she wanted her spot. So it's just funny. It's like, like the movies, when you go so frequently to a bar that you go and you just say, hey, the same, and they just serve you the same because they know what you drink every single time, because you've been there for, I don't know, the last 10 years. That would be a dream, to actually go to a place and just say, hey, what's up? I'm gonna get the same. And they just get you the same. Anyway, coffee in this weather, it looks rather romantic, isn't it? My dears, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for learning, maybe a couple of things, new things about Vienna, the opera house, coffee in my house. And now it's kind of raining. Oh, in a second you get like soaked. And this is the type of rain that is like, it's not too much, but it's just perfectly enough to get you wet. I had to stop recording because the rain was now annoying and it was getting cold. I'm happy that I'm home. And there is nothing like coffee at home. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming along with me. This is amazing. Look at what I got. These are, for European standards, this is gorgeous. Look at this. These avocados are amazing. Not to mention that I got plátano. Look, plantain. It's not banana. Shut up, it's not banana. We are growing a lot in YouTube, and I'm very thankful for that. Thank you for interacting with the videos. Thank you for watching the videos. And yeah, please check out my socials, Instagram, TikTok, merakium.merakium. Please do not forget to subscribe, to like, to comment. That's gonna help me a lot. And my dears, nothing else to say. Thank you so much for Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon with a new video. I'm very hungry. I'm gonna go eat. See you. Subscribe. Choose.